Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vantage Windows and Doors National Criterium Championships here in Christchurch. The list of events coming up this afternoon on Sky Sport Next. Coming up first is the Under-17 Girls National Championships. They'll be followed by the Under-17 Boys, Under-19 Women and Men. Then we're into the Elite Women's race, and of course we'll finish off the afternoon with the Elite Men. So the first race on the program is the Under-17 Girls. Quite a small field. Of course, this time of year is always tough for the schools with their exams and things going on. So a field of only 7 riders for the opening race, and a beautiful day here in Christchurch. 26 degrees outside. The wind is just starting to get up a little bit. My name's Dale Woodford. Joining me is Elise Fraser. We're going to be calling the action for the next few races anyway. There's a 1 kilometre round, and there's the field for you. Megan Baker, Emma Blackmore, Shauna Gray's actually a scratch, and Maureen Green, Molly Hayes, Bonnie Rattray, Ruby Spring, the defending champion, and Kirsty Watts. And the riders are starting to now think about making a little bit of a move. The pace is picking up. We can see the rider Kirsty Watts from Canterbury with the red helmet and the Canterbury skin suit on, just having to pull a little bit harder on the handlebars, but it's sat up. Bonnie Rattray, though, I think that was a preem lap. It looked like they were sprinting for one of the sprint preems, and a very good performance. Bonnie Rattray, she'll take a lot of confidence out of that halfway sprint. Well, maybe she's not wanting to wait for the sprint finish. Ruby Spring, but being chased hard. Rattray onto her wheel. Bonnie Rattray keeping an eye on Ruby Spring, knows she's got to be near her.
That's right. Coming into the final lap, you often see girls just looking at each other, sitting in on the wheels. No one wants to take the front.
Now they look at that. Oh, good little move coming through from Kirsty Watts on the inside, but straight away trying to get into the corner first. But Ruby Spring saw it coming, took the inside line. But Watts is not going to give up, is she? She's going to go. She's going to make them work hard. Kirsty Watts.
Yeah, this corner is going to be really important, and she's really fighting for her position there.
Well, good to see them fighting for position into the corner. Watts knows what to do, goes around the corner. Oh, it's gone a little bit wide. Ruby Spring tucks the inside line. Hard down the left-hand side up against the barriers. The riders from Counties Manukau.
Yeah, Ruby Spring's really hidden out early here.
So Ruby Spring, she's going to be coming down. Can she hold on? She's led the sprint out from a long way. She's going to come through. Ruby Spring's going to take it comfortably. Ruby Spring, Bonnie Rattray. We will wait for the third place rider to come through. And confirm those well, the defending champion. She hit out early, but she had the confidence and won comfortably by a couple of bike lengths. Well, there we go. The Under-17 men's race will be coming up in about 10 minutes' time, and a really strong field here as well. Good to see some riders who travelled from around the country. We've got James Gardner up from Dunedin. We've got Hamish Banks coming down from Cambridge. So this is going to be a really tough race. Mary Morrison, also Max Priest, Elliot Robinson, Nick Rush, Lucas Saunders, Finn Wilson, Callum McRail, Ben Airy, Hamish Banks, Matthew Davidson, James Gardner, Charlie Hegan, Noah Hollenby, Magnus Jameson, Lockie Jones. This is a good field. So they get the green flag. They're on their neutral lap. The nerves and the long wait for the riders is over. And underway. 2 laps. And these guys usually don't muck around. They're usually fairly aggressive from the start. But this is a strong field. So they're going to have to watch one another. And as I said, there we go. Straight away, Andrew, they're attacking.
Yeah, they're really stepping into it, so it's great to see it just straight from the gun.
Hollenby just maybe paying a little bit for his aggression earlier. There he goes, just coming back up into the top 5 or 6 and the green out of the seat. As a look at Mary Morrison.
And you're really getting to that sort of 10-minute stage now as well, Dal, so this is where it really starts to hurt. You've sort of worked really hard in that first sort of 10 minutes, tried to establish a move, and obviously this bunch is split a little bit, and it's where your really legs are starting to burn and you're gasping for air.
Well, it's the opportunity for somebody, and just as you say, James Gardner, he's the one. He's going, well, I'm going to just keep trying to stretch it out. I'm not going to wait for the sprint finish. Let's make it as hard as possible. So down, he'll swing around into the headwind. If you can get a little bit of a gap in the headwind, it makes it hard for those to close it. So Gardner looking strong, but covered straight away. The same 2 riders. Noah Hollenby, he goes through to the front. Hamish Banks now, he starts to go through as well. Charlie Hegan, we haven't talked about him too much, but he hasn't done a thing wrong. He's right. He's in the Christchurch Boys High colours. They're right across the road. They're still, some are sitting in, but they're lining up. They're fanning out. So they don't mind facing the breeze. Noah Hollenby, he's leading them. There comes Gardner around the outside on their left hand. James Gardner. Is he going to be able to sneak away, get away? James Gardner's going to put the pressure on. Who's going to respond? We heard Andrew say if you can get about 15 metres, it might be enough. He's got about a half a metre at the moment.
He's just trying to lead into this bottom corner so he can really have a crack out of it. It's quite a long straight from here, so it'll be interesting to see if he can sort of try and fight to hold on here.
So James Gardner, he's going to wind up from a long sprint. There he goes, James Gardner. He's got about a bike length. Hamish Banks is onto his back wheel. Here comes Maui Morrison on the outside. James Gardner from Otago is going to take it. James Gardner takes it from Maui Morrison. Wow, what a performance from James Gardner. He was the aggressor right throughout the race, and you would have to say, if we look at this, he's led around the corner. He led them out. There we go. The field is up for the under-19 Women's National Criterium Championships. And a lot on the line. The champions jersey, Rayleigh Ackroyd, Amy Blackmore, Annabelle Bly, Jenna Borthwick, Amy Callow, Madison Lowry, Charlotte Spurway, Amelia Sykes, Sammy Walker. So a really strong field. It's not a big field, but gee, there's some rock stars in there. Some of them have really stood out. So they're on their neutral lap. They get the all clear from the head referee, Mark Reynolds. I expect to see some aggression in this race. Straight away, Jenna Borthwick on the front. Jenna Borthwick, such a great rider on the track, and I think her coach Terry Jide keeps her in pretty much peak condition for big events like this. Charlotte Spurway, Jenna Borthwick. Amelia Sykes looks like she's jumped clear of the other chasers and trying to get herself up into that bronze medal position.
Now, these two definitely aren't backing off.
No, they're not backing off at all. They're not slowing down, and it's a real credit to both of them. They haven't shirked a turn. No one sort of said, no, you do more, or Fox a little bit. Not yet. They're racing hard. They're racing honestly, and they're going to line up and see who's got the best legs at the finish. Jenna Borthwick, Charlotte Spurway. So different lines into the corner. One tight on the inside, one a little bit more onto the outside.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. They're coming up into this last corner. This is a sharp corner. And then it's all downhill from there.
So around that tight corner, who's going to lead? Who wants to take the lead into the corner? We've seen in the other races, if you lead in, you get a little bit of a gap. It's really hard with this tailwind finish to come past them. But this is the gearing's a little bit different here. So Charlotte Spurway's on the front. Jenna Borthwick sits in the slipstream. So with the advantage at the moment.
Bit of cat and mouse, and then Jenna's going.
Jenna Borthwick decides, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to lead it out. I'm going to go early. But Charlotte Spurway's not giving up and is fighting. But Jenna Borthwick kicks clear. Jenna Borthwick's going to take it from Charlotte Spurway. Jenna Borthwick goes through and wins the Vantage National Criterium Championships. What a ride by the young Canterbury rider.
Really impressive from the both of them.
Kellen Andro, Dan Barkley, Adam Bidwell, Lewis Bauer, James Corey, Andrew Davison, Lewis Davidson, Jonathan Fish, Mitchell Fitzsimmons, James Grayland, John T. Harris, Ruben Heslip, Ryan McLeod, Austin Miles, Zach Patterson, Mikkel Van Hennigan, and Jackson White. So a really strong field. Some real young rock stars of the sport coming through. Ryan McLeod always races really aggressively on the track. I've seen him race a number of times. And Andrew, he's really one of my favourite riders with the way he is so aggressive. You know, in his track racing in particular, I've seen him, like, he just doesn't mind taking it to the field. So they roll away, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. The aggression, these boys, they only know one speed. It's flat out, go as hard as you can. Go to your blow. They don't muck around. Nico Van Heinigen having a little look around, sits on third wheel. James Corey of Timaru. Nico Van Heinigen has a look, and there we see an attack straight away. So from the Auckland Performance Hub, Dan Barclay. He goes in, just goes to rip it up a little bit. Michiel Van Hennigan goes after him. So Van Hennigan doing plenty of work, just covering everything at the moment. Big attack down the right-hand side. He swings across, get a line into the corner. Can he keep the momentum going through the corner and attack out of it? Comes into the sunshine. He's going to be coming down the home straight. The crowd's already starting to cheer, starting to clap. Lewis Bowers from Auckland, Skoda Fusio rider comes through. He's going to take the national title. He is absolutely delighted. A brilliant solo ride by Lewis Bauer as we look at the peloton coming into view. Who's going to take second and third place? So Skoda trying to do it again, and they're lining up. Who's coming through? Oh, it's going to be tight on the inside, on the outside.
Looked like Zach Patterson in there for second, and maybe Mitchell Fitzsimmons in third.
Yeah, I think you called that right.
So here we go, having a look through the field. We've got the defending champion, Ali Wollaston, followed by the under-19 time trial champion, Henrietta Christie, who's stepping up, Georgia Danford, who's finished second in this race before, Maddie Douglas, Alicia Evans, Tyler Green, Anna Marie Lipp, Charlotte Lucas, Stella Nightingale, Olivia Ray, who's come back from the States and is racing here, Katie Richards, Helena Rickety, Ruth Robertson, Bria Roderick, Nicole Shields, Emma Smith and Nina Wollaston. So it's a pretty class field here, so it'll be really interesting to see how we go, and I think it'll be a great race.
So we're underway, and Charlotte Lucas wanting to get things underway straight away. So Henrietta Christie on the bright yellow and black bike, has a look over her shoulders, got the gap, got the motorbike in front of her to do some pacing, and she's opened up a fairly decent gap at the moment as the peloton just looked to Charlotte Lucas. And the head on the side like that, it's Maddie Douglas. So being the aggressor, but of course it's hard. It's easy to get that little gap. It's easy to get that 3-4 bike lengths, 5 seconds, but holding it is the hard thing, isn't it? So Maddie Douglas, just off the front in the tailwind, but she'll swing into the headwind. They'll pick her up as they come past the start-finish. So that's Nicole Shields just starting to pick the pace up a little bit, goes to the front now. She has got some horsepower and is in great form. So Nicole Shields just been hiding in the bunch, just following the moves, going with her. Here we go. They're starting to mix it up now. Velo Project go, well, it's time to think about it. Let's make a move.
It's Maddie Douglas giving it a good go, but as we see before, Nicole Shields in their pink DNA kit, she's right on the wheel.
Oh, look who's come across. Very good performance. You know, Katie Richards comes across. No problem at all. Closes it down. Time to relax before coming into the last 9 minutes of racing. And good time to launch an attack. We've seen that in the earlier races. And look who's going.
Katie Richards.
Katie Richards. She is strong. I tell you, she can ride in Masters 3. The National Club Road Race champion, not frightened to take on the elite riders here in the Vantage National Criterium Championships. And I tell you, she is strong. Capity will be going crazy. They'll be going mad up there, seeing a break away.
Henrietta still on the front.
It hasn't changed. Henrietta Christie, Katie Richards, Ali Wollaston, one on the board. Henrietta Christie, she's keeping the pace nice and high. Katie Richards following her, but that is off the wheel, so it's not sitting in the slipstream.
Henrietta's driving this pace really well. She's going hard, not giving in.
So where's Olivia Ray? There she goes on the wheel of Charlotte Lucas. Charlotte Lucas follows
Ali
Wollaston. So the defending champions had the dream run. Oh, there's the dangerous move coming down the right-hand side. Nicole Shields. Nicole Shields has put in the big move.
Oh, yeah, timed that perfectly.
Well, they were all looking. They looked to one side. Nicole Shields has gone, but they've responded quickly. So Nicole Shields.
Katie Richards again, shutting it down.
Katie Richards is riding so strong. Nicole Shields. So Katie Richards goes over the top. Goes, well, let's keep this going. So Katie Richards, the Club National Road Champion from Paraparaumu, riding in the Kapiti colours. Round the corners, committed. She's going for it. So Katie Richards, look at her go. She's opened it out. Now there's got to be a lot of work coming from the back. Katie Richards out in front, coming down towards us, towards the finish line. Katie Richards, but they're coming after her. Olivia Ray's getting up on the outside. Olivia Ray, Katie Richards, Olivia Ray, Ellie Wollaston, Katie Richards.
Wow, what a finish.
Well, yeah, Joe Kizanowski, Katie Richards, you can't fault the way she raced, gave it absolutely everything, but Olivia Ray down the outside. Olivia Ray, well, there was a lot of support for you on Sky Sport Next. Even Joe Kizanowski was sending a message saying, go, oh, Ray. How delighted are you?
I'm stoked. Been wanting to do this, win this for so long, and been in the States for a couple of years doing crits, just crits, so it was cool to show that what I learned can do it here. So. Yeah, it's amazing. Can't believe I'm going to cry, actually. As soon as I crossed, I was like tearing up. Yeah.
Take us through the last, 800 metres of this.
800 metres, well, on turn 3, there was a crash just on my outside, so it was good to miss that. Coming fourth into turn 4, and then just in that last couple of metres, pipped second place, and so it was just... I don't know, it's out-of-body experience kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like you had the race under control. Most of it, you put in a few little attacks and covered everything. You're confident in your sprint?
Oh, yeah, that's my thing. If I've got anything as a sprint, so trying to take the whole thing pretty easy, relaxed, don't blow too many matches, but yeah.
Well done. Congratulations. Fantastic performance, and I look forward to seeing you in the jersey.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Here's the start list for today. So number 21 and last year's defending champ, Lawrence Pithy, from last year's second place getter, Ethan Batt, 22. Max Beckett, Andrew Bidwell, Hewitt Bower, Boston Bright, Navarre Brotherston, Liam Capel, Aaron Gate, Miles Gibson, Teo Gilbertson, Jordan Gilmore, Brett Grieve, Ben Hamilton, Maddie Hartley-Brown, Keegan Hornblow, Hugo Jones, Ollie Jones, Josh Kench and Nick Kurgazu. Flying over, sorry James, I'm not going to get your last name right, Jake Marriott, Dylan McCulloch, Luke Mudgway, Bailey O'Donnell, Ben Oliver, James Oram, Campbell Pithy, Sam Ritchie, Ari Scott there, Josh Scott, Connor Shearing, Campbell Stewart, Corbin Strong, Kean Watts, Xander White and Daniel Whitehouse.
So the field rolls away. They get the green. We'll see how they go out of the blocks. If there's no neutral lap by the looks, they're straight into the racing. So it looks like they're straight into it. So Mark Reynolds has said we're going off the line. So 45 minutes of racing in front of us, and as you'd expect from the go, Andrew, someone attacks.
Yeah, looks like Ethan's just left the other two and a wee bit isolated now. No doubt he'll probably just try and settle in a little bit rather than sort of blow himself up early on.
Because Ethan Batt, he is going very, very well. He's absolutely flying. Good to see someone who does so much work for the team getting out front, and now that the role is reversed, it still might be a bit of a plan for the race that he's out there, just take the pressure off his teammates. But while he's out there, he's the man everyone's got to catch and got to pick up, and that's not always an easy thing to do. So he's going to come past us. We're going to put the clock on him. As he comes down, we can see the riders going around the corner behind him. So Ethan Batt looking very good, looking very comfortable. And a counter coming over the top. That's Corbin Strong, and the gap is 9 seconds. So 9 seconds was the gap. That time round to Corbin Strong going, well, I better react. So the pace is being kept. We've got 33 minutes of racing left. The first 10 minutes have just flown by, and these guys are motoring. They're absolutely flying around the course.
And that's Max Beckett off the front now.
So Max Beckett, local Christchurch rider, raced the junior for many years, and he's really enjoying being back racing at the elite level. Corbin Strong leading them through. So the world champion on the track, Corbin Strong, points race world champion, and he doesn't mind the race going full gas, easing off because he's used to that sort of effort. That's what it takes in a points race. Criterium. Goes through the finish, and who's chasing? Who's going across? Kearn Watts. So Kearn Watts trying to get up there with Josh Kench.
If they join up here, it's going to spell a bit of trouble, I think.
Then Oram trying to go as well. James Oram's trying to get Black Spoke trying to get 3 riders. Skoda Fusio under the pressure now on the front. Corbin Strong sits in behind the 2 Skoda riders. What's the world champion going to do? Is he going to try and jump across? Oh, the pace is on. Look at it. He's on the elbows. The lungs will be burning. Look over his shoulder, that gap. It's widened a little bit. They'll come through. We'll have a little bit of a time check. Just time to see how he's been travelling. So around the corner he goes. He's opened up the gap. They've sat up. So he's around 10 seconds at the moment. Well, 16 minutes to go. Black Spoke Racing absolutely starting to dominate out front. They've set it up. They had Ethan Batt go early in the race. Then Josh Kent. He's been out there for such a long time, a good 10 minutes plus. Now he's got Aaron Gate, James Oram, Nick Kirkazoo. We're trying to see Lawrence Pithy come across there. So Kirkazoo, he just sits up, and Aaron Gate's gone on the charge. So Aaron Gate. Nick's gone, no, there's no way, I haven't got anything. So Aaron Gate, is he going from 16 minutes out? There comes the Campbell Stewart down the outside. He sees Gates away. Now he knows I've got to move. I've got to go across to Aaron Gate. But at the moment, they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking about working together, all doing their little turn on the front. Campbell Stewart goes wide, has a good look at everybody. Oh, Corbin Strong, well, he's got to the Black Spoke behind him, and Corbin Strong, he's going to have to do it on his own, or is he going to get some help from someone from the Skoda Fusio team? The riders out front, they're moving along nicely, just all working together. No one's overdoing it, but they're just all keeping a good, steady tempo, keeping the pace nice and high. Well, Corbin Strong, he hasn't given up. He's looking around for a bit of help, but he's being well covered. Black Spoke covering. Ollie Jones going through. Well, he'll need to do a fair bit of work with Corbin Strong if they're going to get back together. There's not much other energy left in the bunch right now. Nick Kirkazoo sitting there. He would want to come in and also do a few turns. Aaron Gate. Campbell Stewart. Josh Scott. Who wants it the most? Josh Scott, they're going to get 2 laps to go when they come through. Well, they've had two for the peloton, is it? Aaron Gates probably done slightly more work maybe in the race than Campbell Stewart.
Yes, and saying that, Campbell did have to bridge across to Aaron Gate, so it'll be interesting to see what the race has taken out of them. But realistically, Josh Scott and Ben Oliver really need to do something and do something fast.
There we go. Aaron Gate, he's lined it up. He's gone for it. Josh Scott's on his wheel, so Campbell Stewart's not on the wheel. He wanted to be Aaron Gates, lined it up. He's gone early. Greg Henderson said whoever leads it out from the corner will take it. Aaron Gate's going to come down, takes the National Criterium title. Aaron Gate, Josh Scott, Campbell Stewart, he's not there. He may have had a bit of a problem on the last corner.
It looked like Campbell just ran out of gas. Ben Oliver went over the line there for third.
So there's the peloton coming through, and they put it up a pretty strong performance. Nick Kersey is going to come down and take the 5th place for Coupland's Bakery. Skoda Fusio chasing hard all the way, but Kersey takes it. Then we have Kearn Watts. No, sorry, 55 went through. Yeah, it was Kearn Watts. Looked like Kearn Watts going through for the 6th place. So good day out. So there we go, going through in 6th place. Nick Kirkazoo just taking it from Kearn Watts, who finished fast. What a performance today, taking the National Criterium title.
Yeah, thanks, Dal. It was a bloody fun race, actually. It's the first time I've been able to do a Criterium for a while, so it was good fun just to come out and get stuck in, especially with so many good people at Christchurch turning out to cheer us on.
The circuit's absolutely fantastic. What's it like to ride at that speed?
Yeah, it's great fun. Like, even in the headwind down the back straight, I was looking down and didn't see under 50 for most of the race, so it was 50k an hour, that is. So it was, yeah, just great fun.
The team rode really well. You guys obviously went in with a plan. Ethan Batt put that big attack in right from the start.
Yeah, he did. He was talking about doing that yesterday because he wasn't sure how he was going to go because he actually did most of the Tour of Southland with a broken rib, but he managed to pull himself together, and I guess we couldn't contain the beast of Blenheim. He just had to go off the front early on, and yeah, it would really set the tone for the rest of the race.
So you're in great form. The win in Southland, the win here, the Olympic team's about to be named. A big year for Aaron Gray coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a funny one, obviously. Olympics were the main goal, and it's been delayed, but great to see that. Yeah, I guess that the form is there, and hopefully it can keep tracking up as we go towards Tokyo next year.
Well done. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for joining us on Sky Sport Next for the Vantage National Criterium Championships. It's been a fantastic days here racing in Christchurch. Beautiful conditions, a fast street circuit, and a lot of worthy champions. We look forward to seeing you again next time.